So in today's video, I'm going to show you the behind the scenes of everything that happens in my 7-figure business model. The ads, the funnel, the offer. Let's get into it. Firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Penberthy. I'm the founder of adclients.com, where we specialize in helping course creators, online educators, coaches to get more customers and clients online and do that effectively through social media advertising. So I'm pleased you're here. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down for you my entire 7-figure model. Right now, we're doing around $4 million every single year, and we've been scaling this business year on year to get to that level. And I want to share with you some of the things that we're doing behind the scenes, how our whole model works. And I'm also, as we go along, I'm actually going to share with you, I guess, the progressional journey. So if you're at a place right now where you're thinking, okay, it'll be great, John, to see the behind the scenes of a 7-figure and a multi 7-figure operation, but I'm not there yet, nor am I even looking to that as being in the immediate future. For me, I just want to get to $10,000 a month. If I can get to that, I'll be super happy. Then from there, I'll scale to 30,000 a month, 50, 100, so on and so forth. So I'm actually going to share with you the journey, because there is a specific way for you to be selling your products and services online, building your funnels, running your ads. There's a specific way to do it to get from 0 to 10K a month. And then from 10K to around about 50 to 100,000 a month, there's a whole new game you're playing. And then from 6 figures a month to multiple 6 figures, again, you're playing a whole new game once more. So I'm going to share with you that whole journey, and we're going to finish up by you then seeing the bigger picture of my operation. Okay, so let's start with the journey from going from 0 to 10K a month. Okay, and in fact, by the way, if you're in that place right now where you are trying to get to 10K a month in your business, and you know that you have something good and valuable in your head, but just the way that you're packaging up your offer, the way you're building a funnel, the way you're driving traffic, it's just not coming together, it's not working. I would suggest that you take us up on a slot that we've got on our calendar to speak to someone on my team. There's a link in the description box in the top comment to where you can actually book a call with one of the experts on my team who help me with all this stuff, and they'll help find out where you're stuck, where you're looking to get to, and how we can get you there, and actually see if my coaching would be a good fit for you. So that'd be fun. So check that out. But let's talk about this. So you're gonna create your offer, the thing that you're selling. Let's just say you're creating an online course, and you're going to be selling that for $1,000, right? So you've got a $1,000 online course. That's the offer. That's where you're trying to push as much traffic to as you possibly can. You want to sell this program here. So then you need to create one high converting sales process. Now, we're not going to get into all the fiddly parts of that. I've got loads of videos on my YouTube channel about how you put this together, but my preferred method is using a webinar. Okay, a webinar funnel I just find is more profitable, more effective than any other sales funnel type. So we use a webinar, and then we're running paid ads. And for me, I like using YouTube ads. I find YouTube ads more targeted than other platforms. I find it more cost effective. I find it easier to leverage. I find it's just, it's easier to scale. There's just so many benefits. So I'm running YouTube ads, okay? Now, when people are coming into this webinar funnel, of course, people are joining our email list as well. So we're getting people on our email list, and of course, we're gonna wanna utilize that by sending some emails from time to time. We'll get to that in a minute. And then in this webinar funnel, you're of course going to be using email automation as well. There'll be email automation in there somewhere, trying to push people back to the webinar to where they're going to buy this product. Okay, if you are on the journey going from 0 to 10K a month, you literally should not be playing with anything else at this point until you can get this simple process, this 3-step process, to be profitable. Okay, so you should be spending, for every $500 that you spend on the ads, you should really be making, one of these sales. So you should be making 1,000 back out, at least. For some of you, you'll find you'll be 3x, 4x, 5x. If you're not at least producing those numbers, if you're not putting less in than you're making out the other end, then you should not be focusing on other things just yet. You can do 10K a month just on one funnel selling one offering. And that's the first big mistake that I see some people making, is that they don't follow that advice. And if it's not profitable, they think about adding more products. Well, I better have 3 or 4 products, because if they don't want that one, perhaps I can offer them something else and this and that. And you start thinking about offering loads and loads of things. That's not the way to do it. Okay? From 0 to 10K a month, this is the process. One traffic source. Don't be doing YouTube ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn, Twitter, all that. Like, don't be doing that. One traffic source, one funnel, one offer. Okay? And you double down on that, and you tweak and optimize where appropriate, okay, until you are profitable on that funnel. And I'm telling you, that will get you to 10K. This is what we do with our private clients, right? People that come in, like that phone call that I offered you, there's a chance you may be offered to come in and actually be coached by me, right? We have a few slots every month where we have new people that we work with. And people that are already in that coaching program, I work with them on this exact thing. And I say, look, we're not gonna branch out till we get your first funnel and your first offer to 10K a month. There's no reason why we're gonna dabble and we just don't want to do anything else. No more funnels, no more traffic sources, and no more offers, okay? The only thing that I advise is, of course, once that campaign has ended, you can continue sending new emails about, back to that same webinar or different angles on that offer. So perhaps you'll send an email that just takes them to a sales page to hear about the same offer. So of course, utilize your email list, but we're kind of one funnel, one offer. The next stage is getting from 10K a month to, the $50,000 or $100,000 a month. When you're going from 5 figures to 6 figures a month, that journey that we're looking at there's a few things that come into play. One is we need to keep scaling the traffic, okay? But what you have to prepare yourself for is, as you scale your traffic, your costs are not going to look as juicy as they were when you were sub 10K a month. Okay, it's just the way it is. So if you start scaling your ads and you start, let's just say, for example, you were spending 10K a month. Okay, you were spending 10K a month, and perhaps you were making out, 40, and you were doing really good. Scaling has started, right? Well, as you start to move up and you start spending 20K a month on your ads, right? You're not necessarily just going to be able to double this and get it to 80. You may find that that's just at 60. Okay? So as your ad costs go up, you are just going to see that your cost per click is going to go up. Your cost per lead may just climb a little bit, because you are going broader now. More people in your industry have seen your ads already. There's just that little bit of saturation that starts to happen. Not a business killing saturation, but just enough that your costs go up and conversions perhaps start to drop as people have seen this offer already. Still absolutely worth cranking. Still, the numbers are going to look great, but that's the first thing. Scaling your ads and just paying attention to that. But the second thing, and this is where we top up the revenue coming at the other end, is we use our email list here. And we are going to be sending constant emails to our list about different offers that we have. And again, at this stage, right? At this stage where we're scaling our ads, it's not quite as profitable, but we're now pressing up closer to 6 figures a month. This is where we have to focus on what we call the back end, right? What's happening up here, above this line, okay, that's fine, that's one thing. And now below this line, our email list, our follow-up, the long-term impression that we're having with our leads. We want to be offering different things. So perhaps you'll start offering, I don't know, you could even be offering a $10,000 coaching, right? Perhaps you've got your $1,000 thing, you start offering a 10K program. And every month you just have a couple people that take that. Well, that tops everything up, makes things look real nice. Okay, so you might build another webinar funnel that you email out to your list, out to your database, go out to your warm market. Perhaps you just build a sales page that tells them about it. It doesn't really matter. The point is that you're building your back end, you're doing more stuff on the back. Now, the thing about building a back end that people get wrong is you don't necessarily need to always sell something higher than the first thing, right? I did a little promotion to my list the other day where I came out with a bunch of low ticket products. And it was a what we call an upsell funnel, where we have one smaller price program and then a bunch of additional offerings that they can take. And so the first thing that I offered in that funnel was $37. Then I had a $27 thing next had a $97 thing they could buy after that, had a $197, and then I had another $197. Now, of course, not everyone's buying everything in the funnel, but I started by just emailing my list a $37 thing, and then there were some offerings. Mailed that to my list, we did $60,000. We did 60K in about 4 days when we were mailing that to our list. Okay, so you don't have to be higher ticket. It doesn't have to always be this natural ascension. The ascension comes where you have got lower ticket stuff, you have got higher ticket stuff, and you have got mid-tier stuff. You don't necessarily have to start low and always go up. You don't necessarily have to start high and always go down. I just mix it up. Perhaps you've got nothing to email your list, that particular week. So you might mail out about an affiliate offering. Someone else in your space has got an offer that you think would be good for your customers and your industry, then perhaps you do that. I don't do a great deal of affiliate promotions anymore. I just don't really do it. I used to do a lot of it. I just don't. We have too much going on. There was one opportunity that came up recently that was just a perfect fit for my list, and so I decided to do it. So I hosted a webinar with a good friend of mine, and we did 70,000 in commissions, just my commission. Okay, mailing that out to the list. And we created huge goodwill with my audience because it was something that they really, really needed. Okay, so topping up the back end, doing more of this is really, really important. Oh, and then the other thing, by the way, that I almost forgot is when you're on the journey from 10K to the 50K and then on to the 6 figures a month, somewhere in there, that's when you start bringing in other traffic sources. So you're going to start looking at Facebook now. You should not, and I'm like, please don't do this. Don't veer away from one platform until you really have got to that 10K per month, or at least you have really understood it. Because otherwise you'll spread yourself too thin, right? If you're trying to figure out and learn Facebook alongside YouTube, alongside Twitter and LinkedIn, all these different things, guess what? You're giving a percentage of your time, energy, and attention to that one traffic source, and that's not enough. You've got to give 100% to one, nail it down, master it, then bolt on another. So that's another way that we scale. Like, think about it. If we're doing 30,000 a month with our YouTube ad traffic, then in theory, we could potentially double our business just by adding on Facebook now and running the same type of ad, the same type of message to the same funnel, but now we're just doing it on another platform. And everything can, in one way, double, okay? Now, for us right now, we've got the lion's share of our ad spend on YouTube. That's where we spend most of our money. Facebook, we've got a little bit going on, so we've got a mix of these two, but YouTube really right now gets the lion's share. But the reason why we still have Facebook ticking along is because we want to diversify our traffic. We don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket. If something was to go wrong with YouTube, we want to know we've at least got something else backing us up, right? So that's what we're doing on the traffic side. So the final piece to this is, how do we then go to multiple 6 figures a month from 50K or even 6 figures a month, okay? Here's how we do it. Everything here is remaining the same, but to do that, you're obviously increasing your ad spend. Your ad spend's going up and up and up. So perhaps, let's say we're at, let's say we're even just spending 70,000, right? 70,000 a month on the ads right now. Now, for some of you, you might be saying, John, I'm like nowhere close to this. Then at that point, come back to this video and check this out at a later date, right? Because I know for some of you, you're just trying to get to that 10K a month, and that's fine. This is just in preparation for that. Getting to when you start spending 70K on the ads, you know what's really interesting? You may only be making 70K back in return from that initial funnel. We call this break even, right? So that's where we're looking to get to when we're scaling. You will spend 70K and you will make back 70K, and you'll go, what the flippity flap is the point in that? Well, the point of that is, if we can break even 70K in, 70K out, we are building a gigantic email list here. And this is the piece that people are missing. As you scale into the big numbers, you are heavily relying on the back end, right? At this level of spend, you should really be having 5 figures worth of people joining your list, 10,000 people on your list every single month, right? If you were spending $7 a lead, which is highly possible. So with those 10,000 leads that are now coming on, all these different things that you're offering, perhaps you'll start making 10 of these coaching sales every month, which is an extra 100K. Perhaps you'll do a promotion for a low ticket thing that will do, like what we do. 60K. We just did a promotion, by the way, to our email list. Not last month, the month before that, we did $250,000 to our email list. So of course I'm happy to break even on the front, and I'm fronting all of that risk, but we'll make a quarter million on the back end emailing the list. That's then how you get up to the 7-figure years, but the multiple 7-figure years, is you have to rely on the back end. And we're on a journey as a company right now where we're looking to get to consistently $500,000 a month and then consistently to $1 million a month. And I'm preparing myself for something else, which is that we might not even be break even. We might go into a deficit in the beginning, right? We might spend 200K on the ads perhaps, and we might even only make, let's just say 130 in return. So we're going to be in a deficit when we first start, but the back end is going to top everything up. So then we'd be looking at our 14-day numbers, our 30-day numbers. You might say, what do you mean by that? I mean, now I'm not just calculating the 4-day period where people are going through my webinar funnel and hoping that I'm profitable. I'm saying, okay, that's the first 4 days. Then these people join the list, and how many people within 14 days who join the list go on and buy something else? Now, what's the value of a lead to us once they're in our system? I'm gonna have to start looking at our 14-day numbers, our 30-day numbers, and go from there. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's how I run my operation right now. And listen, if you're in a position where you would like my coaching and my help in getting you there, let's talk about that. We've got a few different things going on. If you are at the level from 0 to 10K, I have a roadmap and a plan to help you get from there. If you're at 10K or 20K or 30K and you're looking to get to 6 figures a month, I have a roadmap for that. And if you're looking to get to multiple 6 figures a month, like we're at, I have a roadmap for that too. The journey is different. Have a chat to someone on my team. There's a link in the description box in the top comment. That'll take you to a page. You can hear a bit more about the phone call that we can offer you, and also the coaching that you may be offered out the other end as a result. Okay, so go ahead, check out that page. I think that'd be really helpful for you. And I really hope you found this video helpful nonetheless. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification to be notified of future videos that we're putting out. And also do me a favor, hit the like button and leave me a comment. Those two things are really, really helpful for more people to be able to see these videos. And it's the only indicator that I've really got that you're finding them helpful and will inspire me to record more. So go ahead, leave me a comment, hit the like button, and I'll see you in a future video.